It's summer, so that means it's all about backyard barbecues, relaxing, and trying to find time to enjoy the gorgeous weather. But, while you're having fun this summer, there are some things you need to keep in mind. And so to tell us about some of those things, I want to introduce Captain Patrick Love with Poudre Fire Authority. Patrick, thanks for being here.
Hi, Kim. Thanks very much for having me.
A lot of us, when we're enjoying our summer patios, we're barbecuing and we're maybe even roasting some marshmallows in those fire pits. But there's some rules and regulations that we need to keep in mind.
Cooking is actually the #1 cause of residential fires in the United States.
So you're kidding me.
So, unfortunately, we come across way too many of those types of incidents that can cause not only property loss, but life loss. So when you're cooking with a barbecue, make sure that your tank has been inspected, make sure that all the couplings have been tightened, and make sure that you keep any pets or children away from it when you're cooking. If you have a barbecue, please use it more than 10 feet away from your home or any other combustible surface.
Got it.
Within the city limits and the entire district of Poudre Fire Authority, we do allow backyard burning within a chimenea or a fire pit, making sure that it's at least 25 feet away.
Okay.
Again, the barbecue, minimum 10 feet, chimenea or any other fire pit, at least 25 feet away from a residence or any other combustible surface like a fence.
So there are some intricacies to the rule about 10 feet away. Like for example, we're sitting here on one of the patios of one of the fire stations, but there's sprinklers above. Where can people learn more about the regulations regarding both barbecues and open fires?
Kim, a great place to go is our website, which is www.poudre-fire.org. And they can also actually follow us on Facebook to get additional information on barbecues and any other questions they might have of us.
Now, I know you guys have always done swiftwater rescue and have always been there to support people who get into trouble when tubing or rafting or kayaking, but you've recently upgraded your program. Tell us a little bit about it.
We have trained some of our firefighters in swiftwater rescue, and they can even go in water for rescues now, whereas before we had to wait for Larimer County Dive Team to respond and help us.
You're out having a good time and enjoying the pond, the lake. Keeping an eye on those little ones is really important.
You don't want to let kids out of your sight, even for a split second, because if you do, there's a huge potential that they may end up in the water. Make sure that there's always more than one person, and also make sure you take as many safety precautions as possible. And you mentioned the PFD, that's important also for not only kids but adults.
Yeah.
We never think an accident or incident will happen to us, but frankly, the truth is we just don't know.
Well, I know it was a huge year for the Poudre. I mean, it was running really big, really fast early. And it's even been kind of cool, and we've had some rain here in July, but things are going to heat up again. And when it does, the grasses are going to dry out, and that provides a risk for brush fire.
It really does. And even earlier this summer, the grasses have already started to dry out, and we were averaging about a fire a day. In the vegetation. If you're going to be using any fire, say in a barbecue outside, to please be careful when you are using that around dried vegetation. If a fire does start, it can get out of hand very quickly, even though, again, people may think we're safe from wildfire, it still can happen even in the heart of the city. Not only that, but other natural and man-made disasters has the potential to affect thousands of our citizens in the Fort Collins area. One thing that the city of Fort Collins has done is utilize a cooperative effort with Larimer Emergency Telephone Authority to develop the new emergency notification system. And that is a system where someone can go to www.leta911.org and sign up on the system, and they can get alerts not only from their home phone, but they can get them on cell phones, through instant messaging, and also on pagers.
But you can also sign up for multiple locations. So I know I signed up for my home, my work, and my kids' school. And as a parent, I think that's a great feature and really something nice that the city's offering. Patrick, thanks for your time today. I learned a lot about summer safety, and it's always great to have that reminder about the LEADA 911 system.